Never meet your heroes. Fufucha would like to hear what you think of a certain town. Oh, don't tell me this is also locked. Fuck. I'm gonna have so many quests that I can't do because I don't have certain cities unlocked.
Ah, Kat. Nice to see you once again. There was actually something I had been meaning to ask you. Are you familiar with a place called Idyllshire?
Oh, that's okay. I know that place. That's fine.
A town where man and goblin coexist in harmony, you say? Fascinating. I ask because we just received a request from someone there for our services, and I had been at a loss as to whether or not to accept it. However, your words have cleared any fragment of doubt that once dwelled in my mind. You may have heard that those articles in the Raven inspired a great number of would-be botanists to take up the hatchet. While I am grateful for their help, I have had little cause to do any work myself, and I do worry I have become rusty as a result.
Not rusty.
Kat, would it trouble you to accompany me on this job? You handled your previous work in the Sea of Clouds with dedication, and I would certainly feel much more assured working in unfamiliar territory were you at my side. What say you? You have my thanks, Kat. My anxiety has given way to boundless excitement. It has been quite some time since I had the chance to study a new area's flora. Let us make our way to Idyllshire. The appeal of our aid came from a lady named Edgyth.
Edgyth? I'm just going to zoom in for that one, and you can take it as you will.
She bid we visit her at Greengrub Mudplots. So should we be willing to help?
Those were words you just said to me.
Well met. I'm assuming you were sent by the Botanist Guild? Wait, you wouldn't happen to be KatFTWynn Wisov, would you? By the 12, it is you! I've read all about how you valiantly defied the Holy See, proving that Gisselgreens thought to be native to Ishgard actually hail from the Near East. Oh, I feel all tingly just recalling your bravery. You are truly an inspiration to botanists the realm over, Kat. Oh, how lucky I am that Nafika should see fit to bless me with this, the most precious moment of my life.
My apologies, this is also emotional. I can't believe any of it is truly happening. Perhaps if I were to get your signature, I would have proof that... Oh, no, snap out of it, Edgyth. Remember what happened the last time you were overly forward. Now, where was I? Ah, yes, thanking you for making the journey. I must admit I expecting a party of 2.
And here's the cutscene.
I see. Admittedly a rather orthodox approach, but the botanist technique stands up to close inspection. And it is precisely this fact that has made me perplexed. Based on this evidence, I would say the botanist looking after this area has a good understanding of nature as anyone in our guild. Why should they want for our help?
Oh, hello, I didn't see you there. Would you happen to be a friend of Kat's? Thrilled to meet you. To address your query, our problem here has more to do with the quantity than quality.
Quantity? Considering Idyllshire's size, I would not imagine you should struggle to meet demand as things currently stand.
No, that's not quite what I meant. As you say, there is more than enough here to supply Idyllshire. The real issue is that we wish to branch out and trade with other cities. I suppose it actually concerns both quantity and quality now that I think about it. You see, I created Greengrub Mudplots using the seeds of specifically cultivated crops made by Charlayan botanists. But there's only so much an absolute novice such as myself can achieve. I'm clueless as to how I can better the quality of these crops.
While I do understand your plight, I would be less inclined to refer to the creator of the Mudplots as an absolute novice. Do you not think you are being somewhat overly humble?
Not at all. I'm self-taught after all. How could I be anything but a novice when I was taught by one? My work could never be compared to that of officially recognized botanists such as yourselves. I had been attempting to cultivate a new kind of crop that could be used to trade, but alas, I am as green as the mudplots themselves. Nothing I try seems to succeed.
And that is why you sought our help. Well, I for one am most inclined to grant you our aid. What say you, Kat? Are you of a similar mind?
Yes. Are you sure? You're not just taking pity on me, are you? Frankly, even if you are, I shall accept it. Thank you both so much. This brings to mind that time we both found ourselves in Korthus, does it not? As I've always said, the botanist's calling is not to control nature, but rather to accept it and nurture it, so that we might mutually benefit from one another. I must say, it has been quite some time since anything has had me this eager. I have already collected a sample of the soil here and should quite like to take it back to the guild. It is time I set about formulating a plan of action.
Hey, we got through it. No drop frames. OBS is completely fine. It just needed to die for a moment, and it's fine, I guess. Oh.
Knowing I can count on the guild's help is a great comfort. Although I would like to know, just who was your knowledgeable companion?
Oh my gosh, she didn't introduce herself. Fufucha.
What? The first botanist herself, Fufucha? Good heavens, to think she would ever see fit to even lend an ear to my petty problems. I am not worthy.
She's so starstruck.
My apologies. I have a habit of getting caught up in my own little world sometimes. At any rate, with the two of you on my side, I cannot see how we could possibly fail. And if we somehow do, it will undoubtedly be entirely my fault. Actually, before you go, would you mind if I asked you something else? Are you the same adventurer that helped the treasure hunters gain access to St. Morkarn's Arboretum?
Yes.
I knew it! Sawney himself regaled me of the stories of your bravery. You have my sincerest thanks. Without your help, we could never have created the Mudplots. It's noticeably improved the food supply situation in Idyllshire. Sawney really sums up our gratitude best when he refers to you as Saint Cat.
Oh my god, please don't call me a saint. I'm not.
It's just a shame I'm so bloody useless, really. We never stood a chance of cultivating anything worthwhile with just me involved. Well, I suppose that's everything for now. I've decided to wait for word from Fufucha instead of making any rash decisions on my own.
Alright. The next botanist quest will be available upon reaching 63, which I'm not. Okay. Never mind, I am. Perfect time. That was amazing, actually. Perfect timing. Alright. You say Popoto. I say Edgyth requires the help of her botanical hero.
Cat, I have at long last received word from Fufucha. Ah, just uttering her name gives me such joy.
Amazing.
But this is hardly the time or place for me to be longing for exquisite company.
Ma'am, we longing? Someone has a crush.
Anyway, that's what every other waking moment is for. No, we need to head to Gridania so that we may actually enjoy her have her brief us on how best to proceed. Although, as this is my first trip to Gridania, I was wondering if it wouldn't be too much trouble to have you show me around. Oh, thank you, Cat. You're just as chivalrous as the articles make you sound. I shall see you in Gridania shortly then.
Gal pals, they were roommates. She wishes to be roommates.
That lovely scent in the air, the lush greenery, this truly is the spiritual home of botany. I wonder if there isn't some way I could stay here more permanently. There I go daydreaming again, honestly, Edgyth. Let us make our way to the guild.
Someone's excitable. I'm gonna take the quick route, ma'am. Oop.
Let us get to the heart of the matter. I suggest that we cultivate a new species of Popoto.
Popoto? You mean the root vegetable used in soups and pancakes?
The very same. While the Dravanian hinterlands enjoy more sunlight than most regions, the soil is far from fertile. The area's mountainous terrain and cold climes can also hardly be considered favorable. Succinctly put, it is not especially hospitable from a botanic point of view, and it should come as no surprise that any crops planted there would be lacking in quality. However, that is precisely why I propose we put our faith in the sturdy Popoto.
She's trying to plant their children.
But do you not think we would struggle to sell regular Popotos? They're so ubiquitous in Eorzea, I can't imagine who would be interested in one grown in Dravania.
That would be true if we planned to simply grow the common Popoto. However, through selective breeding, we shall give birth to one that is uniquely to Dravania. One that will come to represent the region. Kat, I would like you to gather some wild Popotos for me. We shall plant these in the mudplots and crossbreed them. By improving upon Popotos that have already been able to grow in harsh conditions, we might be able to produce one of the toughest root vegetables known to man. You have my thanks. I suggest you try searching East End. The area was famed for its Popoto production once upon a time. The settlement there that used to cultivate the vegetable may be long gone, but I imagine there should still be a few Popotos growing in the area. You certainly stand a much higher chance of finding wild Popotos there than you would aimlessly wandering the realm.
And I shall accompany you, Kat. I may not be able to be much help with harvesting Popotos, but I'm sure I could be of some use. Perhaps I could clean your boots every now and then.
I do not see the harm in Edgyth tagging along. It may even turn out to be quite the learning experience for her. East End is a relatively peaceful place, but I shall let the Order of the Twin Adder know you are coming as a precaution.
Well, then it's settled. I shall go on ahead to scout the area for you.
Hey, let's go.
Oh, Kat, there you are. I heard from one of the soldiers that this is the area where Popotos used to be grown. Fufucha told me that we should aim to bring back 20 of them. That should be more than enough. Oh, and don't worry about lugging them back to Idyllshire. That's my job.
Rude. 3 Popotos. Rude. The problem is the GP doesn't come back immediately after being done, which I don't understand because for leatherworking it does, but whatever. Yeah, Popotos. Yeah. We've got 11. We need 9 more, chat. Little do we know. It's their lore. Rude. 17? I didn't even have to do the double. It gives me 2 most of the time anyway. What the fuck? Did I just get lucky with that one? 19? 20. Oh, I have 21. I'm an overachiever.
They should be somewhere around here. Let me know once you've managed to gather 20.
I did it.
You've finished? I wonder what it's like to be so skilled. Must be nice. I may be an inadequate botanist, but I would like to believe I have it in me to haul 20 potatoes as far as the mudplots. I'll be sure to assist Fufucha in preparing them to be replanted as soon as I arrive. Bye. Okay, back to Idyllshire. Your timing is uncanny. We just finished our preparations not a moment ago. Now begins the hard work. That was incredible! The finesse with which you planted each individual Popoto. Now I know just why Fufucha speaks so highly of you. If I could be even half as good as you, I'd die a happy botanist. And there's no better opportunity for me to improve than now, with first-rate botanists mentoring me. Speaking of which, Fufucha has graciously agreed to help me crossbreed our Popotos and plant the resulting seeds. Truly, her loveliness knows no bounds. I look forward to seeing you again once our work is done.
Oh. Is this better than anything I have? No, it's actually worse. We're gonna get that. That's because it was handcrafted by my lovely wife. I'm level 64. It's probably 65. Yep. Walking for walkers. Edgyth is struggling to remember the way to Gridania.
Kat, the Popotos are coming along very nicely. However, we're not quite there just yet. Fufucha sent word asking us to visit the guild to discuss crossbreeding in further detail. Do you have the time to accompany me there once more?
Crossbreeding.
Fantastic. Let us rendezvous in front of the guild as usual. I'm keen to try making my way there this time. My own way there this time.
Crossbreeding? Okay. Punishment box! It's fair.
Nice to see you both got my message. The wild Popotos you collected for me have taken quite well, and work is progressing at a healthy pace. However, while I have succeeded in harnessing the wild specimen's hardiness, I have been unable to incorporate any element that would set our Popotos apart from the rest.
I don't know if these are the right voices. I'm so sorry.
I believe in you, Fufucha. If anyone is capable of making a success of this, it's you.
Thank you for your faith, Edgyth. It is most touching. As it happens, I do indeed have an idea. I have heard stories of a Popoto species known as Walker's Popoto that was once cultivated upon the land of Vilbrand. It is said to be a variety that retains its shape when boiled, making it perfect for stews. Crossbreeding our existing Popotos with this variety may well give us the special something we need to make ours stand out.
Say no more. Kat and I shall gather all the Walker's Popotos you need.
Potato, Popoto, same thing.
You catch on quick, Edgyth. From what I understand, they used to be grown at the Red Rooster Stead.
Red Lobster?
Try asking around there and see if someone cannot point you in the right direction.
Asking people questions is one of the few things I'm good at. Let's go, Kat. I have a good feeling about this.
At least you do.
Walker's Popotos. That's a name I've not heard in a while. I'm afraid you're far too late. We haven't cultivated those since the calamity. I cannot say I miss them either. They were so susceptible to both disease and cold. It was always an uphill battle. You won't find any in storage either, in case you were getting your hopes up. We threw the last of them out long, long ago. I've never heard of anyone else volunteering to grow them since. Sorry I couldn't be of any help.
No help to me. I'm still in the punishment. Yes. Walker's Popotos. We were always shipping them off to the Far East. Those Hingans go mad for a good Walker's Popoto. We haven't grown any for quite some time, but it wouldn't surprise me if someone over there had gotten tired of waiting for us to resume growing them and started cultivating their own. So we gotta go to Kugane, or to the east.
Oh, hello there, Kat. My apologies. I wasn't much good at gathering information at all, after all. I suppose there's one more thing we can add to the list of jobs I can't be trusted with.
She has such low self-esteem.
What's that? There's a chance we may find Walker's Popotos in the Far East? Well then, the best of luck on your journey to Kugane. I know I really ought to accompany you, but visiting Gridania alone was enough to put my head in a spin. I'm not sure I could handle an entirely different continent. It also wouldn't do for me to leave my darling plants on their own for such a long time. But do not fear, I will see to it that everything is in place for you to plant the Popotos upon your triumphant return.
Hey, girl, I get it. Social anxiety? Don't want to meet new people? I don't blame you.
Walker's Popotos? I cannot say I have ever sold them in my shop. I do feel I may have heard of them being grown in Asari on the mainland, mind you. It might be worth your while paying the village a visit.
Asari is back in Yangsha, right? Yamabuki. Oh, Walker's Popotos. A tastier Popoto I have never stocked. In fact, I am completely out of them right now as it so happens. I have not seen my supplier in quite some time. I'm fairly certain his name was Hikinami. I lost contact with him when things began to get a little rough on the Ruby Sea. Yeah, that's fair. Yes, I'm Hikinami. I used to cultivate Walker's Popotos a little to the north of the village, but that came to an end when my workers declined in numbers and there were not enough hands to help with the harvest. I have long since handed the field back to nature. If you are in luck, there may still be some growing in the wild in that same area, I no longer have any use for them. Feel free to take anything you find. Oh. Well, that works out perfectly. So I'll just do it. 1. Oh, it'll keep track, thank God. It doesn't keep track when I do it for the Grand Company, so I wasn't sure. All right. They're red Popotos. We got 9. Oh, 10. Let's go. Take care, Sooth. Have a lovely evening. Get all that good, sweet rest. Take care of yourself. Thank you for all the love and support and being here. I appreciate you, Sooth. So much. Cat, oh my God, I understand. Thank you for that clip. And thank you, Kath, for the clip earlier. Hell yeah, let's go. Level 67.
Kat, delighted to see you have returned safe and sound. Was the spinner on your side?
Who's the spinner? What, ma'am?
So this is the much sought after Walker's Popoto.
Potato. No, you're right. I'm so sorry, Hall. You are right. Also A and O. I thought it was Popoto, not Popoto. Shit.
Yes, upon closer inspection, it certainly has a different hue compared to the common Popoto. Well then, all that remains is to replant them.
Oh.
That hardly took any time at all. And you pretty much did it all by yourself. I'm truly beginning to wonder if I shouldn't just entrust the Mudplots to your much more capable hands, Kat.
I'm sorry, ma'am. I have to save the world. I don't remember who Sawney is. Haha, looks like you're enjoying yourself, Edgyth.
Did I give him a voice before?
I don't know, he has this voice now.
Sawney, whatever brings you here?
Well, you know, I thought it'd be good for me to check on how things are going from time to time. I'm no good with the hatchet, that's for sure, but I am your boss in name, at least.
I think we've talked to him before.
Ah, Kat, it's been too long. Hope you like what we did with the treasure. Must say, though, I never dreamed you'd turn out to be a first-rate botanist. Makes me wonder what other secrets you're hiding from us. Don't suppose you'd happen to be the first-rate culinarian, would you? Not yet. Speaking of which, how are things coming along?
Quite well. Entirely thanks to Kat here, admittedly. But, well, you know better than most how useless I am.
Listen, Edgyth, I have no problem with a bit of humility, but you're well on your way to beating your self-confidence to a bloody pulp. Have you already forgotten just who it was that created this place?
But you just look at how crooked some of the plants are growing, and the leaves that on that tree aren't as green as they should be.
Honestly, when are you going to learn to stop being so harsh on yourself? Striving for improvement is one thing, but there's no point comparing yourself to the best botanist in the bleeding realm. Sorry for all this. She might not belong to the botanist guild like you, but she's a lot better than she dare gives herself credit for. I reckon she'd give guild veterans a good run for their money even. I'd really appreciate it if you give her a little praise every now and then. I'm trying! Only when she's deserving of it, of course. Here's to hoping that picks her spirits up a bit. We need to give her a hug. I think he was in the MSQ for a very short amount of time with Midnight Dew.
Oh, Sawney, he truly is far too kind to me. All I ever wanted as a child was to someday be a botanist. I was ready to spend my every waking moment studying for that one goal, but it wasn't to be. My family died when I was still little, leaving me to fend for myself. It was all I could do to survive, and there was no room for dreams. It was when I was on the verge of giving up that I met Sawney. He gave my life some semblance of order amongst all the chaos. This allowed me to pick up the fragments of my dream and finally begin studying botany. I never thought that all the studying would I I never thought that all that studying would actually serve a purpose someday. But that's enough. But that's enough about boring old me. Seeing Sawney again for the first time in a while brought back memories of the past. Memories I'm sure you don't need to hear about anymore. As for the work at hand, there's not a lot we can do until the crossbreeding is complete. I'm sure you must be tired from your travels to the Far East. By all means, have a rest and stop by again in the near future. None of this is better than what I've got. I think it's part of one of the dungeon unlocks. That, yeah. Wanderer's Palace, maybe? No. Hold on. Must be 68. The White Death. This is 68. Okay. Edgyth is looking bereft of confidence as usual. Ah, Kat, I don't imagine you were expecting good news, considering my involvement, but I have once again managed to make a mess of everything. While the first generation of crossbred potato plants successfully sprouted, every single one of them withered frightfully fast. I imagine it's down to some kind of disease, but an amateur such as myself could never hope to identify such a thing. Fufucha has once again summoned us to the guild to discuss this latest development. I shall see you there. Aww. Girl. She's so down on herself.
Welcome back from your journey to the Far East, Kat. I assume Edgyth has already informed you of our worrying predicament. I hypothesize that our first generation of crossbred popatos have inherited the walker's unfortunate vulnerability to both diseases and pests. However, we are yet to pinpoint the exact cause as to why they have wilted so quickly.
But how can that be? Was no one at the guild able to determine the cause of our plight?
Much as it vexes me, this conundrum has bested all of us. We at the guild are fundamentally nothing more than observers of nature. So is a force...
My slime really wanted to be on that fence.
It is a force all of its own. One that we try our best to understand but cannot hope to harness, nor should we. However, that is not to say that all is lost. I fully intend to devote all the resources available to me in order to ascertain exactly what it is that hinders our progress so. I was also hoping I could count on you for help, Kat. A fresh pair of eyes may be exactly what is needed to get to the bottom of this mystery.
That's a good idea. Kat, let's head back to the Mudplots, and I shall do my best not to get in your way. She's so down on herself. You spy a faint white glint within the soil. I investigated. Am I supposed to investigate other? What? Investigate the plot once more. What? Upon closer inspection, you find a chalky stone. What is the matter? Was there something in the soil? Here you go. Is something the matter, Kat? Don't tell me you've discovered the problem. Chalky stone. Is this some kind of stone? No, that's not right. But surely Fufucha would have noticed this if it were so simple. Yes, I must be mistaken. There's no way an amateur such as myself could solve something that stumped the guild. I'm sorry, I'm going to be very assertive with her. Have some bloody confidence in yourself for once. I think I needed someone to tell me that. And I have to say, I'm glad it came from you. Thanks, Kat. Ascertain the identity of these chalky stones may well be the key to uncovering what's causing our popatos to wither so quickly. However, we will first require a regent. I know we've already had you do enough work for a lifetime, but would you be able to visit Stickquick's bang pots for me? Hand this over to the alchemist where they are named Goldwalks, and she should be able to give you what we need. I will go look. In the meantime, I will head to the guild and ask Fufucha for expert opinion regarding these stones. Someone did a 180. Yeah, she did.
Welcome to Sticks Quick's Bangpots. What brings Uplander here?
Here you go.
Uplander would have Goldwalks, crafty make regent. First, Goldwalks needs Uplander to bring seaweed known as nanoriso. Gabi needs this for regent. Bring Goldwalks 20 clumps of nanoriso, and Gabi will crafty make the regent. Uplander needs to visit the Far East. Nanoriso can only be found at the bottom of the Ruby Sea.
Of course. 2. Let's go. Alright, you gotta like keep doing it. Oh well. That's fine. Yes. We have 11. Oops. Forgot to do that part. Make sure I get one every time I swing. 5 more! Oops. Boop. Yes, that's enough! Oh, I didn't mean to do it again.
Bring Goldwalks 20 clumps of nanoriso, and Gabi will crafty make the regent.
Here you go. I got it.
Finer nanoriso Goldwalks has not seen. Gabi will start crafty making regent right away.
Thank you. Oh, wait. I was gonna transition, but nothing's happening.
Goldwalks shall use techniques of both Uplanders and Gabis to make regent with fastness. Regent is ready for Edgyth. Edgyth.
Edgyth. They got rid of HQ Gather. Yeah, thank fuck. Hello again, Kat. Did everything go smoothly at the bang pots? Yeah, that's what she said. Here's a regent. I don't know what to do. Fantastic! Now we can finally see if my silly hypothesis holds true. What's your silly? Okay, now it's a cutscene. Oh. I can't believe it. Did I do something wrong? How could something that came from my mind ever turn out to be correct? Oh my god. Ma'am.
I see you two have already begun your tests. Have you discovered anything new?
Did Edgyth's guess end up being correct? The way it responded to the regent doesn't leave much room for doubt. It's an eelworm. Ew. A pest that is not going to do us any favors. The chalky stone-like object that Kat found was one of its eggs. Ew!
So things are just as you assumed they were, Edgyth. There is, however, one issue I still struggle to comprehend. As parasites, eelworms require a host plant to feed on. The mudplots were only created recently. Just why were the eggs of such vermin lurking in the area? According to the Charlayan records Sawney looked at, eelworm eggs enter a state of dormancy within their mother's corpse, allowing them to survive for over a decade. They're more than capable of waiting for as long as it's necessary for new grub to show up. The blasted records also claimed that they'd all been exterminated. Either the Charlayans have a funny definition of the word, or we were unlucky enough to pick an area that was home to an eelworm corpse or two. The eggs inside which hatched and infested the mudplots. Most unfortunate indeed. I must say, though, I have been remarkably impressed by the tremendous growth you have shown, Edgyth. You have come a long way, both as a person and a botanist.
I have no idea what you're talking about. After all, it was Kat who found the eelworm eggs in the first place, and I haven't come up with a solution to the pest problem. The records weren't much use regarding that either, although you'd think they must have had some way of ridding themselves of the vermin if they were happy considering them exterminated.
Well then, I suppose it's time I pulled my weight as well. I shall look into the past cases of eelworm infestation and try to formulate a suitable plan of action.
I'll keep looking through the shoreline records to see if I can't find a solution as well. Suppose I'll give you a hand with that. I may not know much about plants, but my eyes work well enough.
My apologies, Kat, but you will need to be patient for a while as we search for a permanent solution to this conundrum. Edgyth will let you know once we are ready to put an end to these pests once and for all.
Meaning level 70. Yo, let's go. It doesn't matter. In blazing new trails as a botanist, you have learned Bountiful Harvest 2. And I'm 69, nice! Edgyth's winning streak. For once, Edgyth is looking rather cheery.
Kat, we've done it! We've found a solution for our pest problem at last. I was just about to make my way to the guild to talk to Fufucha. It's only right that you should join us to see the culmination of everyone's hard work.
I haven't done this in literal months, so I don't remember their voices. I forgot, okay? Oh shit. Oh my god, Sawney's here. I don't remember what voice I gave Sawney in the Botanist, but I know in MSQ or side quests I've now given Sawney Lotta, so we're gonna continue Lotta. Ah, Kat, good to see you made it. I was worried you missed out on the best part.
I see everyone is present and accounted for. Let us begin.
Sounds like my cue. Edgyth and I managed to find a solution. Two, actually. In this eelworm infestation. We can choose to put our faith in every alchemy or... What was it called again? Ah, yes, companion planting.
While alchemy is more potent of the two, it does have its downsides. For one, it has equally potent side effects, and if any concoction we use happens to scatter further than we planned, it could wreak all manner of havoc on the environment. In which case, the only option realistically available to us is to make use of the blend of the two.
Yeah, I said that right.
I know enough about botanic alchemy to cover that aspect, but companion planting may prove somewhat difficult to utilize.
I don't want to make a fool of myself, but could someone explain to me what companion planting is exactly?
Simply put, it is the process of planting different crops in close proximity so that they may mutually benefit one another. These benefits vary from stimulating the growth of neighboring crops to increasing yields. Oh, and perhaps most interestingly, it can also help prevent pest damage. In the case of eelworm infestation, a flowering plant called Rauger's streak is said to be effective. However, sadly for us, there are none left in St. Moicon's Arboretum.
I was there.
I can say with confidence that we have never had any at the guild either. However, I do have an idea as to where they may be found. The flowers owes its name to Rauger, the guardian deity of Alamigo. I dare say you stand a good chance of finding it in Gurbania, where faith in the Destroyer has ever been strong. It stands to reason that the flower would grow in that area.
And that's where you come in, Kat. Do you reckon you'd be up for traveling to Gurbania and tracking down this elusive plant on our behalf?
Count on me.
After all that we've been through together, I have a mind to accompany Kat. It's the least I can do.
Don't be getting ahead of yourself now, young lady. The fighting may have died down, but there's no guarantee that Gurbania is safe for civilians to be wandering around searching for flowers. Kat may be able to look after himself just fine, but you're a different story. You would only get in the way.
Sawney, don't be mean.
Say what you want. It's my duty to accompany Kat. This is the final obstacle standing in our way, and I can't very well leave him to tackle it alone. The final call is yours, Kat, but in my mind, such passion ought to not be hindered.
I'll protect.
Thank you so much, Kat. This time, I promise you will have no cause to regret allowing me to accompany you. I will go on ahead and begin asking people about Flower's whereabouts. I shall take the precaution of informing the Order of the Twin Adder of your visit. The best of luck to you both.
Do look after her, Kat. Edgyth's like a little sister I never had. Doesn't bear thinking about what I'd do if something happened to her. Why don't you come and protect her? Why don't you be her guardian angel right now? Hello?
Kat, I was wondering when you'd get here. An Alamegan Twin Adder officer gave me the most scrumptious morsel of information. He claimed to have heard of a plant used to prevent pests from growing in a village named Alagiri. I'm not the only one that thinks this sounds like exactly what we're searching for, am I? He followed this up by saying its surroundings are fraught with danger, and it was no place for a little lady botanist to be poking around. Honestly, the cheek of that man. All his words have done is hardened my resolve. Come, Kat, to Alagiri we go.
Yeah, that's fair. If someone tells me I can't do something, I'm gonna do it harder. That's what they said.
Well, this seems to be the place. Let's try asking around about Rauger's streak.
Rauger's streaking? Let's go. I know they've said it already, but like, I just thought of that, sorry.
Now that's a pretty name I've not heard in a fair while. Memory's a bit foggy, but I'm pretty sure it was a wildflower found out in the mountains. Who knows, there could still be a patch of them growing somewhere.
Okay. Oh yes, they were brought here from the locks for their pest-preventing qualities. No idea what was done with them after the vermin problem had been solved, mind you. You might have better luck asking someone else, sorry lad. At least he was honest. Rauger's streak. I stocked this stuff for a while, but then that area's pests problem got sorted out and nobody wanted it anymore. The smell wasn't for everyone, you see. If I could do Krunk's voice, I would have done Krunk for that, but that's fine. Okay, Edgyth.
Right, so from what we've heard, odds are that Rauger's streak grows on a mountain somewhere in the locks, far away from any settlements. I'm going to head back to Idyllshire lest I risk truly getting in your way. I'll make sure to prepare the mud plots for your return, assuming everything goes swimmingly. All you need to do is plant the flowers, and we'll be well on our way for a pest-free future. Well, I suppose you shall actually have to find the flower first, although I don't imagine that will trouble you too much. If you can spot a tiny little eelworm egg, you can surely spot a flower.
You have a lot of faith in me, ma'am. Is it this special thing? Because I swear to God, I beg of you. It's not that. Let me just make sure the time. It's 4. Shit. It's right below me. Ah! Where is it? I'm in it. Ah! Rauger's streak. Okay. It doesn't need to be high for whatchamacallit anymore. Quality. But I do need 5 of them. So we'll do number of items obtained. We'll do that. And we'll do this. So I'll for sure get 2. Yeah. Do it again. Fuck it. And I just need this one. So I just need one more. I did it! Let's go! Yeah, abandoned node. I don't need more. Fuck it. Bye.
You should be able to find Rauger's streak somewhere in the locks. It's time to put those eagle eyes to use once more.
I have it, ma'am. Oh, fuck. I hit cussing. Just didn't happen.
This is Rauger's streak? It's beautiful. It's stunningly beautiful and yet beautifully stunning. All at the same time.
Ma'am, there are more words, but okay. Get a thesaurus. Talk to Urianger.
Right, Edgyth. That's enough excitement for now. Think calming thoughts. Sorry for that, Kat. Everything's ready. All that remains is to plant the flowers. Let's do it.
Let's get rid of those pests. Oh, look how pretty the garden is now.
Phew. Who knew planting flowers could be such tiring work? I have to say, even though we only planted them to rid ourselves of pests, they've done wonders for the mudplot's overall image.
Ha! Now if that ain't a sight for sore eyes. The smell's not half bad either. Fantastic work, Kat.
It seems I was right to entrust this task to the guild's finest botanist. I honestly do not know if we could have done this without you, Kat.
I can't believe my eyes.
It's one surprise after... Oh my god. It's one surprise after another today. To think that any of the first batch of Popotos survived. These little guys are tough, that's for sure.
I was absolutely positive that they were all done for. Thank you for staying strong, little ones. It will be all right from now on. I shall make sure of it.
Having seen how far you've come, I too have the utmost confidence in you, Edgyth. However, allow me to give you a helping hand of sorts.
So does this actually change how it looks for Idyllshire? Like, are these not here for if you don't do the botanist quest? Oh, look at that little outfit.
But this garb is only given to the most accomplished of botanists. You may say I've grown of late, but I cannot bring myself to believe I'm worthy of such an honor.
Now, do not be so harsh on yourself. It is true that you have only made but the first step on a long road to becoming a great botanist. However, it is precisely with that in mind that I saw fit to furnish you with this gift. Think of it as a sign of my steadfast belief in your future. A future which you are now more than strong enough to cultivate on your own. While Kat and I will no longer be actively helping you, we shall certainly be keeping a watchful eye on your progress. I wish you the best of luck. First botanist of Idyllshire.
Aww. First, I'm going to pretend I didn't hear that to stop myself from fainting. But I promise all of you, I promise you all, I shall work I shall work in tandem with nature to carve Idyllshire's name firmly into botanic history, starting with these Popotos.
We did it! In blazing new trails as a botanist, you have learned enhanced GP regeneration. Yo, let's go! New chapter of New Game Plus added. We did it! Let's go!